Welcome back to a guy with zero EVA film experience trying to make Wolverine's cosplay from Marvel Rivals. What could possibly go wrong? Last episode, I made Wolverine's X symbols out of the foam. Now this episode, I'll be continuing my efforts and focusing on building the streaks and his shoulder armor. I wanted to get the easiest part done first, so I tried on the jacket I had and roughly measured and cut out the foam required. I attempted to see what it would look like, but turns out Scotch tape is not sticky enough for it, but it's sticky enough for it to hide from me, just like a certain someone in my backlines. I spent several minutes looking for this one streak that fell to my side, only discovering it when I finally looked over the footage. I didn't like the first attempt, so I redid it with thinner edges and using painter's tape to get a visual for what it would look like. Satisfied with how it looked, I cut the remaining and moved to the part I was most scared of. Turns out, making armor on and by yourself isn't easy. And writing the script, I remember seeing the actual process if you're doing it solo, which is where you take plastic wrap and duct tape and put that around your body. But I didn't do that, so I got some extra hands to help guesstimate the right length. With a base that looked right, I proceeded to cut the second layer where I made yet another minor error of cutting the second layer to be the same length as the base. If you're smarter than me, then you would have realized that when a surface curves, it actually gets shorter. What I needed to do was cut it longer to place it in the center, but I didn't, therefore it's going to be a bit tighter versus directly in the middle. Anyways, for the shoulder pad lines, I sliced into the foam halfway, then used a heat gun to expand it. I actually had way too much fun with it. I started heat sealing all the previous props to make it look nicer, and for the joy of the game, I transitioned to the final bit of assembly, where my final mistake for the week took place. While gluing the second layer on, I learned how powerful this cement can be as I made a slight miscalculation. The glue was still drying, but I was worried about ripping it off because the sucker was sticking like really good, and I didn't have enough backup foam to make a second one, so I left it as is. I may need to cut or Dremel the X's off to fix it, but not all hope is lost. We just need to wait and see how it looks on assembly. Oi, and for your information, you signed up to watch a beginner attempt to work the foam. This was to be expected. Anyways, next episode, we begin prepping the jacket and attaching all the foam to it. Make sure to stick around for the next part.